Okay, welcome back, Jason. So let's talk about your film On the Other Foot, which you were associate producer of. Now, coming back to that, there are some celebrities in this film, some big names like Peter Andre, Tim Faraday, who's obviously been in a range of other films as well. I'm sure I saw Peter Andre's son there, Lady Leisha.
Yeah.
It was a very good cast. So tell me a little bit about the film. How did that come about? Where did the idea come from, I suppose?
Well, the idea came across from my cousin Freddie Nwaka, the director, and basically what it was is his thing was there was a lot of people marching for Black Lives Matter, so they were all marching on the streets, and his thing is what happens when the marching stopped? The marching stopped, everything went back to normal, and there was no legacy, no nothing.
Sure.
So we can stamp our feet and we can push the racists into a corner, but what will happen is the racists, when you get pushed into a corner, what do? You fight. Yeah. You fight back. So we thought, basically his idea was this: if we did it in a comedy way and you highlight things in a comedy way, everyone watches it, but it has that underlying message. And some people that went and watched it, racist, I mean, this is out in America as well on about 20 platforms. So it's on Amazon in America too. And I had people on my Devil One Entertainment page on Facebook coming back and like want to argue, like want to say, oh, it's racist to white people. I'm like, how is it racist to white people? This stuff happens. Oh, blah, blah. They were racist, but they actually went and watched the film because they didn't realise.
Sure.
And they was like, oh, well, this doesn't have to happen. Well, it does happen. It does happen to us. If we're walking down the road, a woman might cross over. You know what I mean? We sit on a park bench, a woman might pull her bag towards us because it's the fit. You know
Definitely.
what I mean? At the end of the day, yeah, taxi. The amount of times I've been in London and tried to stop a taxi, and they used to drive straight past.
Yeah.
And it was that kind of mentality of not understanding. And I mean, I studied a lot about Black history with Nigeria and all these different countries because I'm half Nigerian. Mm-hmm. So I looked at the whole thing, and I just think, look, we did all this marching. They did all this marching, they all knelt down, they all did this. We had all these people in parks, fist up in the air and all that. Now there's a film that's there that can actually show you. And basically, the more it's promoted and the bigger it gets, and if it gets to these people, they might look at it different.
Sure.
I mean, I got stopped by the police because I have a chrome car, yeah? My car's chrome, like a mirror, yeah? And I got stopped by the police and I talked to the police and
They stopped you because you've got a chrome car?
They said I was speeding, you know what I mean? But it was only really short distance,
Sure.
you know what I mean? So like, but when I spoken to them and I told them about the film and everything else, they let me go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just, and the thing is like, look, people, they get this thing where, look, we get stopped by the police. Like in Scotland, you're more likely to get stopped by the police if you're white.
Yeah.
Up here, I've never been stopped by the police. Mm-hmm. I've seen lots of white people get stopped by the police, but I never get stopped by the police. It's demographics, isn't it,
Sure.
where the crimes are. But you can't push people into it. If you push people into a corner, they're going to want to fight.
Yeah.
If you do it in comedy, but add that little, because Dave Chappelle did it, Bernie Mac did it, all of these big stand-up comedians did it. And if you do it in comedy, what happens is they have that laugh, and then they see it, and then they think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes, this guy might be a doctor. This guy doing this might be something else. This guy might be doing this. But that's how the film came about. He was like, well, the marching stopped. They did all this marching, and then that was it. It went back to normal. Everything went dead.
Yeah.
But so we need something with a legacy, and,
Sure.
and that was his thing. What happens when the marching stops?
Also, like, I feel like, you know, sometimes the Black Lives Matter movement can be presented in quite a negative stance, and then it creates further division in terms of how it's communicated. But what I feel that your film does is show what it's actually about, which is, you know, equality for all and us being together and seeing the similarities rather than the differences.
If I was the organiser of Black Lives Matter, I would never have called it Black Lives Matter. I would have called it Black Lives Matter 2. A little word at the end saying, look, we know your lives matter, because a lot of people have immediately come out with all lives matter and everything else. But if you said, look, we know your lives matter, when you put a 2 on the end, it's saying, we know all of your lives matter, but our lives matter too, as well. You know what I mean? And that's all it says. Just the little word can make such a big difference.
Sure.
Because what happened is everybody started with this whole marching things, and then it started causing a division that set race relations, I guess, in the UK back, because you had a whole load of people that, all lives matter, and then you had them going, Black Lives Matter, and it was like, hold on a minute, in this country there is the 1965 Act, I think it is, what was amended in 1972, which is the Race Relations Act. If you're racist to somebody, they can be arrested and charged, and it's a criminal offence in this country to be racist. America, they need a whole load of help out there.
Yeah,
Seriously,
that's
that's a completely different place.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, this recent shooting, I've heard that that's a murder inquiry now, and so be it.
Yeah.
And it should be.
Yeah.
Because you don't just shoot people. You can't
Yeah.
just shoot people. This is not America.
Yeah.
You can't just shoot people in this country.
Yeah.
Look, when I get stopped by the police, I'm like, I've done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm fine. And as soon as I speak to them with respect, because I'm not being funny, if someone just stole my car, or as happened, my niece was murdered in 2019. She was stabbed in the back, Charlotte, God rest her soul, by her ex-partner.
Sorry to hear.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, we want the police. This guy's got 20 years in prison, and I hope he gets whatever he gets in prison all the time. But at the end of the day, if it wasn't for the justice system, if there was no police, there'd be anarchy.
Sure.
And when something really bad happens, then you need the police when you need the police. So
We just need them to,
yes. Well, we
as
need
the
more
film
black people
highlights
in the
as well.
police.
Yeah, yeah.
I played a racist
to
police
turn
officer
those
in the film.
stereotypes- Yeah, I know. But I was going to actually mention that there are certain stereotypes that you kind of turn upside
Yeah.
down. You being a black police officer who is questioning Billy, the main character, who is a white guy who's turned black and doesn't realise that he's, well, kind of realises is getting used to being black. And, you know, you see it from his perspective, like things that, you know, black men in particular have to deal with on a daily basis. And, you know, how an individual
Well, we
like
twist
him
on the
wouldn't
head
have to-
because you can be prejudiced too. You got to fit in. I mean, at the end of the day, what you probably do need, I mean, the institute, if you have an all-white institute, then you're going to get racist. But if you have more black people in the police, but like we're taught as kids, oh, don't join the police, oh, don't join this, don't join that.
Yeah.
I have a older brother, Cyril, who was a murder detective for 22 years. I have a brother, I'm not going to mention his name, he was a gangster, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we come from a big family.
Like your film highlights, not all drug dealers are black,
No.
you know?
Mate, some of the biggest drug dealers are not. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Not. Escobar, he wasn't a black man, you know what I mean? And the thing is, and that's what I'm saying is, if you see someone driving a very nice car, he could be a doctor, he could be a estate agent, he could be anything. If
Yeah.
you see someone, like they might see me. You know what I mean? Usually I could be in a suit, driving a really nice, expensive car or something. I'm a film producer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a film producer and a company owner and an actor. That's it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can't, like me, at the end of the day, they might see you come out of here and get in a Ferrari. You know what I
Well,
mean?
whenever my hair's braided, sometimes I get treated a little bit differently to how it would be if it was out. So there
Yeah,
are...
but this opens, what we aim to do is open everybody's eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've faced racism from both sides, black and white.
Me too.
Yeah, so, you know what I mean? Being light-skinned, yeah, I was called all sorts of names by black people and white people. So it was like, Jesus Christ, where do I go?
Yeah.
I'm married to a gypsy. My wife is gypsy. At the end of the day, a
gypsy.
beautiful gypsy. But they face more she faced more racism than any of us.
Yeah.
Because now you can still be racist legally to a gypsy, but you can't to a black person or anyone else. You know
It's
what I mean?
amazing, you know, and as the film highlights, what we do have in common. And also, what else are you up to at the moment? I know that you've got some projects that you're cooking up.
Yeah, we kind of like, so I'm an executive producer on another film. We haven't named the title yet. It's got some familiar characters. It's filmed in filmed in here and a different country. I can't say what it is, but it's going to be spectacular. We've only got maybe a few more days of shooting, and then, yeah, it's going to be great.
Amazing.
It's
well,
gonna be great.
I would highly recommend everyone to watch On the Other Foot. We've got Black History Month coming up. You know, it's a brilliant opportunity to, you know...
If not, watch it yourself, but get your friends to watch it. Get it out there, get it... If we get it big, yeah, I don't care about if I never make a penny. I mean, it's £1 something. I don't even own a big percentage. I own a small percentage, a really small percentage, and I didn't even get paid to act in it. I just did it because of what it is.
Yeah.
And if we get it out there in America, if you know people in America, if you know people here, and we get it out there, and it's mainstream, these people, everyone watches it. If it changes loads of people, even police officers' minds, then it's a great thing.
Definitely, definitely.
So stand up, all you, bloggers and videographers, do your thing. Get it out there.
And for more information about On the Foot, please do visit our website. There'll be a link to the film and information about it. It is definitely a must-watch.
I'll even give you the trailer.
Excellent, and we'll share the trailer as well. Jason, thank you so much for your
You're
time
welcome.
today. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I look forward to following your journey and all the great things that you're doing, and keep up the great work.
We will.
Thank you.
Take care, thank you.
So some of you may know me, my name's Billy Pitcher. So I want to start by saying that I'm British and I'm proud.
I've got loads of black mates.
Have you? Have you?
Taxi!
No chance, love.
You don't like anyone that's black. You don't like anyone of colour, actually.
Do you speak any English?
My name's Dr. Ali.
Tell you what, mate, I'm going to go, I think.
All of yous, bloody scum.
Good evening, Mr. Pitcher.
Billy?
You got a problem, black boy? What are you even doing round here?
I'm black.
You're not black, Dad.
Look in there, look.
Oh, snap!
Now, this ain't funny. There's no point doing that, mate. You won't scrub it off. Just shut up, will you?
You mean, under all this, you are actually a white man?
Exactly.
Mom, it's a black man. Can I open it?
Hold on, I'm coming.
Geronimo, all systems go in the house in the garage.